Shalom Israel. This is Malak Zadakia coming in again from GMS Wisdom, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I want to say double honors to the apostles also, and the elders, and the men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that flows on down with them and their families. That's the men and women that do this work in spirit and in truth. Again, I'm going to entitle this topic the living versus the base men, basis of men. Going back to that word base men coming out in the scriptures, the theme scripture, Daniel's 4:17. So the topic actually is the living, which goes back to the elect men, starting from the apostles on down, where the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai rests, versus the base men. And the base man here goes back also to what you call the beast mode man. And I'm going to bring this out in this study here, and I'm going to start with Daniel 4:17, and this is obviously a command that was set down based on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, how he runs things in this kingdom. And Daniel 4:17 says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and given it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. So this basis of man here, this is this beast. This man does not have the heart of a living man. He has a beast heart. And you will find that even in Israel, this beast heart mentality is amongst us. And time after time, through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, our elders talk about these men. And it's only until you go into this thing in spirit and in truth and research it for yourself, you can actually appreciate what the apostles are saying to us in regard to this matter. And we go a little step further. So I'm going to look at real quick. I'm going to look at the term living. I'm going to break that down. If you do a concordance blue letter and click on the word living there in the same passage of Daniel 4:17, you'll clearly see that this word living goes very deep. So I'm going to just share that with you. So I'm going to click on it right now, and the Hebrew word for living there is ka, K-A-H, and it goes back to the word alive, living, life, lively, green, So that spirit, again, goes back to also that living waters, all those wonderful symbolic meaning that is actually practical in our word to the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So again, it's a clear distinction. The word living, the word alive, and the word life that is associated with living, and that goes back to the elect and the spirit that rests upon, like I said, the apostles and the elders and the prophets of the Lord and the men on down and so forth in this truth, with their families that rest right there. And I'm going to share a couple more scriptures actually in regards to the living. You can look that up on your own as well in regards to living, but it's pretty straightforward. That's pretty much what I want to share. But in the same book that bears his name, the prophet Daniel, which is judge, you have Daniel 6:20 that talks about that. That's another powerful precept. Again, and it makes it clear there. As a matter of fact, 6 and 20, 6 and 26. Okay. It goes through scriptures right there. I'll read one of them, 6 and 20. It says, "And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living power." So this is very important to know. Living power. It says living God there, but that word there would be power, living power. So definitely, when you go back to, again, that word, you see living, you see lively, you see it's real, and it's active, and the same power there that attends the elect. Okay? So that's the first part of this. Yeah, it goes into the living side of it. Now we're going to look at the beast, or the beast side, the beast mode, or the zombified, like we're told. We're always told that various groups, Israelite groups amongst us, they're zombified, or they do things really beastly, almost brute beasts. The doctrines that they teach. An example of that is, for example, Worke from the GOCC. They believe in mermaids. So I mean, this beast spirit, has attached itself to these men, unawares to them, and that's why they do not lead out in this thing. And then you have Nate. They call him the zombie. I'm understanding that right now because I'm going to show you an article. The zombie experience is real. It's not just a term that the apostles used to describe these men. It is a spirit that attach itself to men who are not going to do this work, who are not going to follow orders. They might just say it with their hearts and minds, but they're really bullshitting, really. But it's a spirit that's on them, and I'm going to show you what that is. There's a powerful article. As a matter of fact, I'm going to point the camera to the article so you can see. Right? So that's the article right there. It's from this. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. Actually, zoom in a little bit. I don't know if you can't see it there. Yeah, it says the mysterious encephalitis lethargica epidemic. Okay, so this is real. Okay, I went into the article. It's a topic. It says, what if we told you around 90 years ago, okay, I'm just going to read that quick paragraph there. All right, I can't zoom in any further with this camera here, kind of tricky, but I'm just going to give you the title. If you go to the blog and look at it, it will shock you, but for the sake of that, I'm gonna read a paragraph for you so you can see, and then I'll go a little bit into this beast mode, zombified state. Yeah, so it says here, what if we told you that around 90 years ago an epidemic swept across the world that killed over 1 million people while affecting numerous others before disappearing, leaving the finest scientist minds of the age absolutely stumped. So this is encephalitis lethargica. So all those videos, hundreds of videos that the apostles made and shared with us in regards to the spirit that attended these men like Nate, General Guyana, these burnouts. I mean, this is this spirit again in its beast mode state. Okay, it looked like it's doing a good thing. It looks like it's triumphing, but it's not triumphing at all. This is a serious thing. So that being said, I just wanted to share that with you. You can go and check out the article. Okay, and there's 2 scriptures in relating to that. The scriptures are very familiar. They're very familiar about that. So I'm just going to go back. You know the scriptures, 2 Peter 2 and 12. For the sake of time, I'm not going to read those. You can go into it. But that one talks, 2 Peter 2 and 12 talks about natural brute beasts. So, you know, people think that it's just a person that's acting funny, but it's a demon or like a zombie. But it's real. It's a special demon. And Jude 1 and 10, where it says, but these speak evil, and those which they knew not, but what they know naturally as brute beasts in those things. So they corrupt themselves. So yeah, it comes on, it starts out really subtle, and then it just takes you over. But we know who makes the calls in regards to these demons to appear, okay, and to attach themselves to individuals who are going to be super rebellious brutes. So that's all I got for you right now with this. So hopefully that's a little bit clear. Check the articles out. All right, so with that, I'm going to say shalom. All praises to Yahweh Shem Shai, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone and the men and their families on down. Shalom.